Yo, is it? Oh, it's recording already. Here we go. Let me tap the screen so it doesn't do that zoom in and zoom out thing. And what up? What up? Weekly reflection, Sunday self-reflection, but it's Monday now. I had a busy day yesterday. I went to I did meditation, so I'm doing these. I'm sold on it. There's this guy who is from the Midwest in the U.S. Man, I'm totally, well, whatever. He said from the Midwest in the U.S. He's studied Zen Buddhism, Zen meditation for a long time. I think before he even went to Korea, but he lived in Korea for 11 years and ended up teaching at one of the big temples that held gatherings for the foreign community. So he would run meditation sessions. Then moved to Taiwan for personal and cultural reasons. I feel like I'm off center a little bit. Let's see, maybe I'll turn this a little bit. For personal and cultural reasons, and he just 2 weeks ago started running a Zen meditation group on Sundays, and yesterday was the second Sunday, and I like him a lot. And I mainly, like, I have a daily meditation practice, and I've been doing Taoist studies and Buddhist studies, and now more recently, more seriously, Zen studies for a while, and a wide variety of other spiritual arts. But I'm really interested in the group to kind of take in how he manages it, how he runs it, because I would like to lead, meditation groups at some point in the future. So that was yesterday. And then right after that event, I went to this party, which I will put a clip of. I guess I could put it right here, but I'll probably put it at the end. And it's a vertical video. Apologize for that. I shot it inside of an app. It wasn't meant to be used. But it was a little like creative gathering. Actually, here, this is good. I stole this book. I don't know why I say stole. I borrowed this book. I saw it there. It's just called Free Play. And it's kind of about it's improvisation in life and art. And it looks to be kind of a book about taking play as looking at play as, I don't know if I'd say a way of life, but as a spiritual practice, right? Like there's play that kids do, but then there's play that adults should engage in various ways. So went to that event, and on my way there, a friend was like, I need to get out of the house. So I was like, hey, come over to this event if you want. And they came, and then we met another friend there, and then they both came back to the house, and then we watched Sorry to Bother You and spoke for a while, and then that went on. So that took up my day yesterday for the reflection. And then now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I can't see the time the way my camera is set up, so I don't know where I'm at time-wise, but let's get to the reflection portion of the video as it was originally intended. The one quick thing, I know I didn't look at last week's video, but I don't think I had the 1-1 blog post done at that time. That's done. That'll be below. I spent a lot of time thinking about that, but I wrote it and published it last week. If you want to see some, more background into that. And actually, I guess everything I was saying about that creative artist party I went to, one of the key reasons I went is I wanted to kind of pitch the idea of doing my 1-1 event to some artists to see how they thought, and spoke to a couple. One person was like, oh, I got to put you in touch with this person, but looks like they like it. And yeah, it's an event I'd like to throw 3 times a year. So that's why I went to that party. And as far as like reflecting on, maybe I should have like gone through this more deeply before shooting the video, but the same friends are coming over soon. So I was like, I'll just jump into it. But in the last week, I kind of spent a lot of time thinking about my whole like flow to your dream idea of a book / life philosophy / whatever, And I think I have one passage in here. I really like streaming on Twitch as an IRL streamer and just video game streamer. And I'm kind of looking at these things because I got this being bipolar thing that I'm supposed to work on. I can work on whatever I want, but I'm just basically looking at how to bring all these things together and monetize them, and which things I should focus on first. And I'm kind of leaning towards building, in a focused way, my Patreon page. Working on that, building that up. If you're unfamiliar, Patreon is just a page where creators or whoever can have supporters, give them monthly stuff in exchange for, shout outs and videos or whatever. And kind of what got me thinking about that is, so I've been doing this 108-day thing, and maybe I mentioned it last time, but now there's some people doing it with me, and I want to continue to grow that. And one of my friends was like, "Man, Casey, you've come up with all these different schemes in the past for charging money monthly for something." And he's like, "But this one, man, I actually want to pay you for." And I was like, "Oh, that's good." And I think that kind of got me, I wasn't planning on, I 100% plan on monetizing the whole 108-day thing where a cohort of people come in and I have a whole plan for them to, refine their habits and routines and goals and life or whatever in these 108-day chunks. And I imagine, I plan on building a community around that and other ideas, of course, and it be something that people happily pay for and participate in, cycle after cycle after cycle, because they're getting a lot of value out of it. So that's absolutely something I plan on doing, but I don't think I was planning on charging anytime soon. What I more had in my mind is just kind of refining it more and just refining it more and working on it more. But having him tell me that, I was like, I guess it's clearly at a point where I could start charging money for it sooner instead of later. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about. And I did. I think that was this week. Okay, that was this week I did that. Was it this week? Was it last week? Yeah, it was this week I did that. This week I kind of, so I basically have, in the past, I have a million different things, but I basically whittled things down to, 4 main, sections of my life and things I want to work on, right? I got the Flow to Your Dream, which I mentioned, which would be books, seminars, monthly stuff, whatever, at some point. I got the Black Horse Tai Chi, which is also, again, seminars, students. Looks like I'll probably start teaching in the nearish future. I got the Being Bipolar thing, which I absolutely want to do as a startup of some kind, but I want to basically build something hyper focused on people with bipolar to help them, again, more than just manage bipolar, but leverage. I almost look at having bipolar as being an asset, if it's able to be, managed and harnessed correctly. I feel like a lot of people with bipolar probably feel like that, except for when it doesn't feel like that. That's the problem. And if you can mitigate when it doesn't, it's very useful. I ran into a stat the other day that writers, I guess professional writers, have they're 121% more likely to be bipolar, which was interesting. So the 4 aspects: Flow to Your Dream, Black Horse Tai Chi, Being Bipolar, and then the kind of umbrella Casey Abbott Pain. If I stream on Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. And yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about how I want to approach those 4 things in I don't even want to say in the most efficient way possible, but in a way that like sticks to the principles of flow to your dream, where one of the core elements is while goals are important, you live in the everyday pursuit of said goals. You don't live in the moment that you get the goal. So it's like balancing, ambition and hard work while, enjoying the moment. And I've heard some interesting stuff about, enjoying the moment doesn't necessarily even have to be enjoyable, right? Like if you're working towards something you really believe in, you might be sacrificing and every day feels terrible in a way, but then it doesn't because you're, it's a part of a larger meaning. So I feel like this video has probably gone on long enough. Oh yeah, got some stuff about religion and whatnot there, but I'm looking forward to this next week because I feel what I'm basically feeling is this kind of transition from where I was like, I'm gonna do this being bipolar thing to where, the thing I really want to work on, the thing I really want to work on is the flow to your dream thing and this 108-day, kind of collective, this 108-day group system of refinement. And I think I don't work on that because it's like, oh, I shouldn't be making money. I shouldn't be making money teaching people how to blah, blah, blah. But yeah, like clearly it's okay. A friend thinks it's valuable. I think a lot of people think it's valuable. So we'll see where I'm at next week. Oh, and on a final note, I meant to mention this way sooner, but I got a request to do a story about my first manic episode. So I will absolutely be doing this. This last week was just, I never found the moment or never made the time to sit down and do it. I'll definitely do it this week. Oh, Chinese New Year happened, so, it's a holiday here now. Mag is around, whatever. But I'll put a link. So the 2 links below will be the link to the blog post and then a link to the Being Bipolar YouTube account. So when I do make that video, I'll put it over there. I'll be slowly building that site and whatever up. So yeah, that video will come. And then again, when I do next week's reflection, I will be like, hey, so if you don't go over there and subscribe and see it when I post it, I'll tell you about it here. So that's about it. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, whatever, they're always welcome. Yeah, I like this this weekly format for as long as it'll last. Yeah, at least I'm like, for the 108 days, this will work. Just a weekly check-in, weekly reflection myself, hanging out. I won't worry about it now, but I've been meaning to make a page where, with links to my Twitch and all that, if you want to hang out when I Twitch stream, which I don't know what'll happen this week because it's the holidays, but I'll probably be on there at least once or twice or 3 times. All right, guys, that's it. Peace out.
The drag queen.
Oh, I saw it. I can't believe it. What the fuck? How is that possible?
Yeah, it's the time.
I met Larissa.
Did you do it by yourself?
Yeah, I and that's his after.
Look at this music. Music.